Thank you for joining us here for the latest news where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. More than 40 sex offenders are in the Benton County Jail this morning. It comes after 3 days of arrests called Operation Clean Sweep. It included more than a dozen local, state, and federal agencies, leading to 44 arrests and 2 active warrants across Benton County. U.S. Marshals, Arkansas State Police, the FBI, and Homeland Security were some of the agencies involved, making surprise visits to roughly 270 sex offenders throughout Benton County. They say they took 26 cell phones and laptops in addition to 8 guns during this operation.
So hopefully by this operation, we demonstrate that law enforcement is going to be checking up regularly, is going to be checking up randomly unannounced.
Now, according to the Benton County Sheriff's Office, several federal investigations are being opened as a result of this operation. According to the Arkansas Crime Information Center, there are currently 18,139 registered sex offenders in the state. They have an online sex offender registry where you can search for offenders by address, city, county, or zip code. You can find a link to that registry by clicking on this story at 5newsonline.com. Well, the Crawford County Sheriff has responded to a civil rights lawsuit that names him among some defendants. Attorneys for the man whose violent arrest was captured in a viral video have filed the federal civil rights lawsuit. Randall Worcester's attorneys allege a Mulberry police officer and 2 Crawford County deputies violated Worcester's constitutional rights. Crawford County Sheriff Jim DeMonte was also named in the suit, as well as the county and the sheriff's office itself. DeMonte released a statement saying, in part, quote, "Filing a lawsuit while there's still an independent investigation underway is premature. Nonetheless, our attorneys will defend the Crawford County taxpayers from whom this lawsuit seeks payment." Well, officials say the Mulberry officer and Crawford County deputies involved in that incident last Sunday were not equipped with body cameras. Deputies in nearby Scott County aren't either. But soon that will change. 5 News reporter Jose Carranza shows us why the sheriff says those cameras should provide deputies with some extra backup.
Every day, Scott County Chief Deputy Billy Carnahan proudly wears a uniform equipped with a number of tools.
Holster and handgun and extra magazines for the handgun. Some of us carry tasers, handcuffs, radio. We all carry tourniquets, flashlight. It's a lot.
Soon, he and fellow deputies will have a new tool, body cameras.
Well, I guess myself and the county judge just got to talking about it one day and decided it would be a good thing.
While Sheriff Randy Shores says it was an easy choice for the county, deputies say they could see why some may be hesitant.
People can be reluctant to make change, and people may be worried about how they would be perceived, video taken out of context, that sort of thing. So that's probably at least part of it. And then there's a cost factor as well.
The sheriff says funding was the only concern. It cost just under $20,000 to outfit 8 deputies. But without dash cams, he believes it's a good investment.
You know, sometimes you'll have a complaint against them, and you can go back to the camera and either see or hear what went on, and it'll resolve it one way or another.
An extra eye for deputies covering the county's 900 square miles. The sheriff hopes to have the cameras in operation by the end of next week. In Scott County, covering News Where You Live, Jose Carranza, 5 News.
All right, thanks so much, Jose. Now, before we get to other news where you live, let's get a check of the weather with Chief Meteorologist Matt Standridge. Hey, Matt.
We have rain chances that are increasing this afternoon. A low pressure system off towards our west is slowly moving in. Most of the rain is going to fall in Oklahoma, but some of those scattered showers will be able to cross the state line. The farther west, the farther south you live, the better chance of rain that you'll have this afternoon. It's not going to rain the whole time, but there'll be some scattered downpours here and there. Storm threats, severe storm threats, are really low. Temperatures should stay mainly in the low and some mid-80s throughout the afternoon. Overnight tonight, though, rain will continue and even into Friday morning as you're headed out the door for your Friday. Expect a few more scattered showers and downpours, especially along I-49 and back from Fort Smith Van Buren westbound into Oklahoma. Farther east you go, some of the showers will get a little bit weaker. And then later into the afternoon on Friday, we should start to break things up slowly over time and be a little bit drier as we head towards some of the football games coming up Friday night. But overall this afternoon, watch out for some scattered downpours. There'll be some breaks though in between. It's not going to rain the whole time. Overnight tonight we'll have those 70s, scattered showers continuing, and then maybe one more wave coming in Friday morning, and then things should dissipate into Friday afternoon with just a stray lingering shower every once in a while. But it's going to feel a lot cooler. Temperatures in those 70s and 80s for the second half of your Friday. But then once that thing is out of here, we should dry out a little bit this weekend. Can't completely shake the storm chances. We're in a very unsettled weather pattern, so be advised about that. But with lower rain chances, we should get a little bit warmer. Temperatures back into the upper 80s across northwest Arkansas. Maybe an isolated storm possible on Monday for Labor Day. In the River Valley, our rain chances are a little bit higher this evening as we push with that low pressure system in from the west, and then 80s for Friday, scattered showers in the morning, slowly dwindling in the afternoon, and then we heat up this weekend back to some 90s with an isolated shower, a thunderstorm possible, a few more on Monday. Joe?
All right, thanks so much, Matt. Well, Arkansas will get nearly $12 million in federal funding to help repair roads and bridges. Arkansas will get that money in federal funding to help repair. The money will help pay for damage from 2021 flooding in northwest Arkansas and the Ozark St. Francis National Forest. The money is part of a larger emergency relief program totaling more than $513 million. 30 states plus the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico are all getting money to fix these roads and bridges damaged by recent natural disasters. Well, some big news if you use Fort Smith Transit. The city's public transit fleet now has its first 40-foot long bus. They're calling it Big Blue. It runs on compressed natural gas or CNG. The transit staff still has to train on some of those new features, though.
Seeing our first bus come on board, it's just really great to actually see, what has developed from all that work. We're trying to make things faster and more efficient. We do that as often as we can.
And once training is done, the new bus should join the transit fleet officially. The city will continue to update people when they have an official launch date. Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest from 5 News. You can catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more news and weather. Have a great day.